Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. Many are looking forward to today, as many websites and channels are placing today's date with an important date. I'm just going to explain to you the following. There are agreements between us and incarnated beings from your planet, earthly beings, so that everything happens in a balanced way and totally enveloped in light so that everything works out. However, we depend on the will of these people. Then many will say, what do you mean? Are you depending on us taking some action? What if we don't take it? Well, then comes the second part of what I was going to say. That's what I said, there is an agreement for things to happen smoothly. If there is a breach of this agreement, things will happen in the worst possible way, because then we will be able to intervene, in whatever way we think is best, to make everything happen. I'm not going to comment any more about today. Maybe in the next video I'll say something. Perhaps. I'm not going to say either that it will happen, or that what is expected today won't happen. You'll see, and maybe tomorrow I'll comment on it. Today we will continue to talk about lightning. I have already spoken about the violet ray, I already talked about the indigo ray. Today I'm going to talk about blue ray. Many are wondering who comes first. There is a second, there is a third, it has a fourth ray. I'm not worried about order. I am not concerned with ray hierarchy. The rays are composed of the colors of the rainbow, this is how they are arranged around the planet. Hierarchies for us lead to nothing. So today I will talk about blue ray. Many of you already know who blue ray is. Yes, Rayo Azul is under my responsibility. I am the one who commands this ray, but along with me there are other beings, ascended masters, other archangels. We are many. As I said, the violet ray is the ray of transmutation. The indigo ray is the ray of Melchizedek's techniques, which determines which techniques you will receive on the planet. The blue ray, which is mine, it is the ray of cleaning, but not the cleansing of transmutation like the violet ray, it is the ray of combat, it is the ray of war against negative energies. That's why he has me as his first squire. In previous videos I have already explained who I am. I am not a simple angel, as many say and many believe. I already explained. So my power comes directly from the source because I am a direct offshoot of it. What does this blue ray do? This blue ray is like a great barrier, which prevents harmful energies from reaching you. I can already see that there are many people thinking, and how did everything come to us? Where were you that allowed this? I'll try to explain once again. All stars in this universe follow a cycle of evolution. Yes, you have been through a lot. You were manipulated, you were enslaved, by those who came here, colonized your planet, and enslaved you. So how did this blue ray allow this? It was part of your evolution, this whole process was part of, because you chose so. When they came here, they didn't come with the intention of enslaving you. They arrived wanting to take over the planet, and they were manipulating you, a little here, a little there, and you began to realize that you allowed yourself to be manipulated, that you started listening to their voices, that you allowed yourselves to be dominated by them. So then, they gained strength, and with each passing era, they became stronger and stronger. Within this evolutionary circle of your planet, you allowed yourselves to be dominated and enslaved, you have lost contact with the source, because you had this direct contact. You all had direct contact with the source, but through power games, for the manipulation games that were played, you found it interesting to follow this path. So this contact with the source that you had was being broken. And then everything happened. This evolutionary cycle happened the way it did. Yes, you would go through an evolutionary cycle anyway, but I didn't mean that you would fall into the third, you would climb higher and higher. But everything that happened caused you to fall into the third dimension, and there you are, within this great cycle. This cycle is ending now. That's why everything is only happening now, because an evolutionary cycle was already predicted. When the universe determines that there will be evolution, the process begins. Now what will happen in there concerns only those on the planet, to those who are in the heavenly star. So you wanted to go down, and descended to the third dimension. As this cycle is ending, you now have to go back to where you were, because the cycle is over. Then you will begin a new cycle, only that you will return from where you were, from the fifth dimension. And now you will go up. This planet will no longer be allowed to descend again. It will now follow an evolutionary cycle upwards, not downwards. So what happened to this blue ray? The rays exist from the moment you are all connected to the source. All these rays had immense intensity and really did not allow anything negative to reach the inside from the outside. Now if you start to emanate third-dimensional feelings, if you start to descend, what happened to the rays? The rays were practically dissolving, they were extinguished, because that was your will. So in the current process in which you are walking, on the opposite path, which is the path of ascension, the rays are returning. And they are coming back with full force. The outermost ray, which is violet, is practically already redone, with all its intensity and splendor. Those within are being formed one by one, or rather, they are being recreated, and that's what happens with my blue ray. Yes, it's practically, completely ready. Now nothing else comes in. Everything that is out there will stay out there. Yes, all the rays now have the function they always had, of preventing negative things from reaching you. So understand this, I'm still going to talk about the other rays, but what's happening? If these rays are being recreated, and regaining their strength, what is happening to the negative forces that are on your planet? They are being suffocated. That's the word, suffocated. And that is why, such is the desperation of those who are still there on the surface, trying to cling to you at any cost, trying to stay on the planet in whatever little hole they find. Because they know they can no longer receive help from outside. They are trying. Yes, the process is not over. They are not dead. Everyone who has ever been here continues to try to return to the planet, they continue trying to save those who are still here, and take back the entire planet, because they haven't accepted that they are losing. But more and more people arrive, more and more new people come to help you. So they can't even get here. They are being pushed back, very far from Earth. Do not worry. Here, they won't come back. Until the entire surface of your planet is completely restored, when the entire planet is in the fifth dimension, there will be no need for any other federation to be around you, because the planet's own energy will repel any type of invasion. Don't be worried about that. So my brothers, this blue ray is the ray of protection, is the radius of the shield. It is that ultimate shield that prevents negative forces from reaching you. It's as if those who manage to pass through the violet ray get here, but they don't pass from here they are destroyed. So this is my radius. Yes, there are ascended masters who are within this radius. Like Master Kuthumi. Many associate it with other rays. Yes, I will tell you one thing, the masters walk among the rays. They do not permeate a single ray, because they have the power to do so. Yes, they may have greater performance even in lightning, but here, he is my companion in all this protection, all this way. These are things you don't know, my brothers. You only know bits and pieces of the systems. Many other archangels are also with me. Are many? I would stay here naming them all. I just tell you that there are many. If you want to know, look for it, but I don't think that's important. Who is where? I'm quoting Kuthumi, because he is as strong as me. Yes, he is an ascended master, he incarnated on earth. What do you mean he's as strong as you? Don't try to understand my brothers. You do not yet have the capacity to understand the designs of our Father or Mother God. He may not have all the power I have, but he is very powerful. So I tell you this, do not get attached to names, who is where. No. This is a conventional way that was created, of putting things. You have the habit of always having to have things very defined. This one is here, this one is there. No. The Ascended Masters walk all the rays. Archangels walk through all the rays. Of course, there are those rays where they, let's put it this way, appear a little more. So, they end up being associated with those rays, but this is not true, because they have power to walk through them all. I already told my brothers, there is no hierarchy among us. Those who are on the violet ray are neither better nor worse than those on the red ray. There is no such thing. We are a group, in which each one has their respective roles. Some take on different roles. So they end up associating themselves with a single ray, but that's not true, they can move wherever they want. So this is another function of this master, who is my companion here. And another thing, many of us, we don't need to show off what we do or don't do. That kind of feeling doesn't exist here. We do it and that's it. We don't need applause and we don't need to be recognized. We know what we have to do, period. So my brothers, this video was to explain a little more about these ray hierarchies. Yes, the spokes have a hierarchy, but not hierarchies of power, they have role hierarchies. The next ray will be green, and then I will talk exactly about the function of this ray on the planet. Because everything is a function on the planet, it is the function that each of them emanates for the planet. So it doesn't exist, post, as you usually do. Put so and so here, so and so there, so and so there, that doesn't exist here. They all pass through all the spokes. And I'm not going to say it first either, second, third, room, fifth, I won't talk about it. Because I repeat again, there is no hierarchy, there is a positioning, which is different. Which is exactly the positions of your rainbows, which are nothing more than the representation of the rays around the planet. But there is no hierarchy, there is positioning. Where the lightning is. Not that he is better or worse than the other. If that were the case, poor red ray, which is the closest to the planet, would he be the weakest? Of course not. Let's not think that way, because without the red ray, you would have nothing in physicality. So my brothers, let's break down certain concepts. Let's break down certain concepts of hierarchies and positions that you put forward. That doesn't exist between us. I am Archangel Michael. And I am here, always, by your side at any time. Just call me.